Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Shiv Academy Sonipat. In this video, I am going to discuss an important topic of BSc first year, orthogonal and unitary matrices. Also, it is the very important part of linear algebra, which can help you in your CSIR NET mathematics exam also. So you must listen each and everything very carefully. Okay, let us start with the definition of orthogonal matrix. Certain things are important for an orthogonal matrix. First of all, that it should be square matrix. Second, its entries should be real. And if we are having a square matrix over the field of reals, then we say that this matrix A is orthogonal if there are conditions that A transpose is equal to A transpose A equal to the identity matrix. So if we are having this A transpose equal to A transpose A equal to identity matrix, then we say that this matrix A is orthogonal. And from here we can get that A transpose equal to A inverse. A transpose equal to A inverse. And if matrix is orthogonal, means to say its transpose it is equal to its A inverse. That's why we can say that determinant of A is also not equal to 0. Means to say matrix A is non-singular. Matrix A is non-singular. Also, next we prove that the determinant of an orthogonal matrix is equal to positive 1 and negative 1. What we prove? Determinant of an orthogonal matrix is positive 1 and negative 1. So, from this we can say that if determinant of A is equal to positive 1, then we say that orthogonal matrix is proper. Then we say that this orthogonal matrix is proper. And if we are having determinant of A equal to negative 1, then we say that this orthogonal matrix is improper. Orthogonal matrix is improper. So in this way we can define proper orthogonal matrix as well improper orthogonal matrix. Okay. Now there are two examples which can illustrate that how we can check that any square matrix is orthogonal or not. So you must remember that whenever this matrix A satisfies the condition A transpose equal to A transpose A equal to identity matrix, means to say this condition, then we say that this is orthogonal. So look at the first example. If A equal to 0 1 0 1 1 0, then you know very well that how we can find the A transpose, that we interchange the row and column. So 0 1 becomes the first column and this 1 0 second row becomes the second column. And when we compute these two values, A transpose, we are getting identity, and A transpose A is also identity matrix. That's why we can say that this A is orthogonal matrix. Similarly, you can check for this example, A equal to cos theta, sin theta, minus sin theta, cos theta. Again, you compute A transpose, and again if you multiply this A with A transpose in the right, and in the next if we take this A transpose in the left, again we are getting this as the identity matrix. That's why we can say that this is also orthogonal matrix. So dear students, you must remember that how we can check that matrix is orthogonal or not. So now we are going to discuss certain properties of orthogonal matrix. Just I discussed earlier that we will prove that determinant of an orthogonal matrix is plus minus 1. Or we say that because you are saying determinant of A is equal to plus minus 1, means to say it is not equal to 0. And you know very well that when we are having determinant of a square matrix not equal to 0, then we say that this matrix A is non-singular. That's why another statement we can give, every orthogonal matrix is non-singular. So it can be asked in two ways in your exam. Either they can ask that show that every orthogonal matrix is non-singular, or you have to prove that determinant of an orthogonal matrix is plus minus 1. So in both cases we have to give the same proof. So proof is simple. We start by the definition of orthogonal matrix. We are saying that because A is given to be orthogonal matrix, so it will fulfill the definition that A transpose A equal to the identity matrix. So what we do, we take determinant both sides. So what we get, determinant of A transpose equal to determinant of I. But we know from the result of determinant that determinant of A B equal to determinant A into determinant B. That's why we can write this determinant of A transpose equal to determinant of A transpose equal to 1, because determinant of an identity matrix is equal to plus 1. Determinant of identity matrix is equal to plus 1. That's why we get determinant A or determinant A transpose equal to 1. But again we know that determinant of A transpose equal to the determinant of A. That's why what we do, we put here determinant of A dash equal to determinant of A. That's why we get determinant of A square equal to 1. And you know very well that when we are having x square equal to 1, then x can have the value either positive 1 or negative 1. X can have the value positive 1 or the negative 1. So in this way we can prove that every orthogonal matrix is non-singular, or determinant of an orthogonal matrix is plus minus 1. Now come to the next theorem, theorem number 2. In this, what we have to do, we have to prove that product of two orthogonal matrices of the same order is orthogonal. Means to say, if we talk about a matrix A, and it is having suppose order n matrix, then if we take B matrix, whose product we have to take with this A, we take B as the same order n. So in this, what we have to do, that we have to prove product of two orthogonal matrices is also orthogonal. So what we do, again just we follow the definition of orthogonal matrix. So if we can show that AB, here I am writing, look here, AB transpose AB equal to AB into AB transpose equal to identity, then we can say that this AB product is also orthogonal. So what you can do, you can take either this one or this one. Other part we will write similarly. So here we are taking this AB transpose AB, AB transpose AB, and you know very well that AB transpose is equal to B transpose A transpose. In this, reversal law follows. That's why we can write AB transpose equal to B transpose A transpose. So here we apply AB transpose equal to, if you look at here, AB transpose equal to B transpose A transpose, and this one AB as it is. Now we apply the associative property of matrix multiplication. It will become B transpose A B. But A transpose A is identity. Why? Because we have given that these two matrices A and B are orthogonal. That's why this A transpose A equal to A transpose equal to identity. That's why we get B transpose into identity into B matrix. But you know very well that when we multiply n matrix with the identity matrix, we get the same matrix. That's why we get it as B transpose B. And again, because B is orthogonal, from here we get this B transpose B equal to identity. So we have shown here that AB transpose AB equal to identity. So similarly, we can show that AB into AB transpose is also identity, and that's why we can say that this AB is also orthogonal. So proof is simple. If you look at only this structure, from this structure you can say that product of two orthogonal matrices is also orthogonal. So we can now generalize it to the finite matrices. That means to say, if you are having, suppose, n matrices A1, A2 and so on, An, and suppose these all are orthogonal, then again by using this theorem number 2, what we can say, that product of these matrices, n matrices, that is A1, A2, An, this is also orthogonal. This is also orthogonal. So if you look at the next slide, here we have generalized this result. If A1, A2, An be n orthogonal matrices of the same order, then the product A1, A2, An is also orthogonal. So theorem number 3 means to say property number 3 of orthogonal matrix is what we have to show now, that inverse and transpose of an orthogonal matrix are orthogonal. Now what we have to do, we have to prove that if A is an orthogonal matrix, then its inverse, means to say A inverse, is also orthogonal. So again you have to just follow the definition of orthogonal matrix. What we prove, A inverse transpose A inverse equal to A inverse transpose equal to the identity matrix. Similarly, if we have to prove A transpose is also orthogonal, then what we do, we prove A transpose is equal A equal to A transpose equal to the identity matrix. So in this we prove these two results. So if we talk about this part, it is just by the definition, because A transpose is A. So what we get? Because it is A transpose. So it is A transpose is A. It is A transpose here. So A transpose is A. So we get A transpose, and it is A transpose A. So it is just by the definition. Okay. And if we have to prove A inverse is also orthogonal, so we prove this part from this. Look at here. This property we have to prove, that A inverse transpose A inverse equal to A inverse का transpose equal to identity. So again we follow the definition of orthogonal matrix, because A is orthogonal, so we write here A transpose equal to identity, and because we have to talk about the inverse, that's why we take inverse both sides, because A is orthogonal, so definitely its inverse will exist and it will be equal to its transpose. So we take inverse both sides. What we get, A transpose inverse equal to identity inverse, and inverse of identity matrix is again identity again, and in the left side what we do, again we follow the reversal law, means to say A B inverse equal to B inverse A inverse. Let us erase this from here. So if you look at this reversal law, we follow from here A B inverse equal to B inverse A inverse. So what we get, it is A transpose inverse A inverse equal to identity, and again you know very well that A transpose inverse equal to A inverse transpose. Either you compute the inverse of transpose or you compute the transpose of inverse, both are equal. That's why we get here A inverse transpose into A inverse equal to identity, and we get the same result, which we have to prove, that A inverse transpose into A inverse equal to identity. Similarly, we can prove its second part, that A inverse transpose equal to identity matrix. So from here we can say that this A inverse is orthogonal. Okay, and the second part I have told you that that is by the definition only, that you can prove that A transpose is also orthogonal. So I think you understand these results about the orthogonal matrices. So I will wind up with one more definition. One more definition. Just we started with the topic of orthogonal and the unitary matrix. So in unitary matrix, what we have to prove that a theta equal to a theta a equal to identity. So you must know about this. What is this a theta? A theta. A theta is either you write it is a transposed conjugate or you say conjugate transpose. So in this way we can compute a theta. Either you take the transpose and then you compute the conjugate, complex conjugate, and here you take first of all complex conjugate, then you take the transpose, then you get this a theta. You are very well aware about the Hermitian and the skew Hermitian matrices, that if a theta equal to a, we say this matrix A is Hermitian. Just like if you know very well that if A transpose equal to A, then we say that matrix A is symmetric, and if A transpose equal to minus A, then matrix is skew symmetric. Similarly here, if A theta is equal to minus of A, then we say that it is a skew Hermitian matrix. So but our concern is here that about this unitary matrix. So in unitary matrix, what you have to do, just prove that a theta equal to a theta a equal to identity matrix, then we can say that this matrix A is said to be unitary. Matrix A is said to be unitary. So it is again a very simple concept, but again keep in mind that when we have to give example of this unitary matrix, just like in skew Hermitian, you know very well that diagonal entries are 0. So if we take the example, here we take these diagonal entries as the 0 elements. And here we take the complex conjugate, means to say if we are taking here iota, then here we take minus iota. Here we take it as minus iota. Okay. And then you compute a theta, and here you get this as the identity matrix again. And if we are getting a theta equal to identity, then this A is nothing, it is a unitary matrix. Unitary matrix. So dear students, for today's I think it is enough. In this video, again I am repeating, we have discussed about orthogonal matrix, its definition, when it will be proper, when it will be improper, what is the determinant of orthogonal matrix, that product of two orthogonal matrices is orthogonal or not, we have shown by the theorem number 2, and we generalized that theorem. And the last one theorem, that inverse and transpose of an orthogonal matrix are also orthogonal. And last one was the unitary matrix, in which we have written that if a theta equal to a theta a equal to identity matrix, then we say that this matrix A is unitary. So do practice of problems based on this elementary orthogonal and the unitary matrices. I think you understand the concept of these two matrices. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you.